Hey friends, this is Bobby Shanks, owner and broker of Shanks Realty Group right here in St. Louis, Missouri.
Imperial, Missouri.
Specifically in Imperial, Missouri.
And Donna Mitchell with Guaranteed Rate Mortgage in Imperial, Missouri.
And so what are we? Are we the dynamic real estate duo? What are we calling ourselves?
Why would we not want to call ourselves that? We're pretty dynamic.
And
duo.
we're very hero-ish.
Yeah, let's go for it. Okay. Dynamic
Actually, we
duo
did
it is.
dress up as superheroes.
We totally did that during Halloween. Yeah.
All right, so I've got a great topic. This one's going to hit home.
Home, literally.
Yeah, actually. So the gas station.
Yeah, that's why I pointed out Imperial, Missouri, and
Right.
not St. Louis.
So
because I knew that was one of our topics.
A lot of our followers, because we are kind of a local name, a local brand, have been for years, and people know us right here. I mean, they know us a lot of places, but right here in our epicenter, which is Imperial Arnold area. So right here on Seckman Rd, we have a gas station that shut down for 3 months?
Yeah.
And they reopened.
Opening bigger and better and most magnificent gas station you're ever going to expect in your life. It'll be like a whole new experience. And then.
So here's what you do.
Yeah.
You walk in, the door, and then there's gates. Like you feel like you're getting in line for bumper cars or something.
Okay.
And you have to download their app. Yeah. And you get a QR code. You have to lay it on a scanner. And then the gates go psh, like Star Trek, and it lets you in. There are no attendants unless you're purchasing tobacco.
Okay.
You literally walk in, get your convenient items, your soda, your beer, your chips, your dips, and you pay for it yourself with a card that's registered to your mobile app. So there's no people. So I'm like, well, what happens when somebody hits a car in the parking lot? What happens when somebody in the car wash, because this stuff happens. Yeah. Somebody in the car wash gets stuck. How you get stuck in a car wash, I don't know, but it happens. Like there's nobody to turn to. And I would say more than anything. Yeah. Because we're in this valley here, the Seckman Valley. And we're very non-commercial. Like we have 3 school buildings, a gas station, a bar and grill, and a few little businesses like ours.
Very neighborhoody.
Very community, very neighborhoody, everybody knows everybody. And now it's like we have this robot gas station.
So for me,
I hate it. Bad idea. Abort mission. It's going to fail.
I would just leave if I had to download an app just to get a pack of gum. I would just leave. But
I haven't been in there except the one time. I go to the other one, clear up on Imperial, Maine.
So this about me because we'll be running around sometimes and I'll walk into the Quick Trip and I know everybody by name.
Oh
right?
Yeah.
I know it's true. That's just right. That's just me. I'm gonna get an iced tea from Quick Trip and I'm gonna say hi to Megan every day. Right? I know the people there. Ask how they're doing and what they're up to. That's the part I like about it being a community. I've always gotten to know the people, even just a Quick Trip when I walk. You know that.
I do know that.
You're how do
and we're both everybody? The same way.
Yeah. So I like to go in and be able to chit chat with people. I mean, I'm not holding up the line. I'm not that person, but I'm going to say hi and remember your name.
I'm not that person.
Whatever. You don't hold up. He will hold up.
I'll get the whole line in on the conversation.
Yes, you will. You'll have everybody and it'll be like a party by the time you leave.
Absolutely. Every day is Mardi Gras in my life. So I won't even go there for gas.
Yeah, you're boycotting them.
I'm feeling resentment. I'm feeling contempt for the poor business decision.
I just make a business decision to go somewhere else, but I don't let it eat me alive. I don't think that much about it. I just walk in and say, oh, this really isn't for me. It's just not the way I want to do business. And so I just move on.
Yeah, that's what I've done.
Let it. But to that point, I have seen a lot of chatter on Facebook about it. People are upset about it. I get it.
Dollars are how you cast your vote for a business.
That is true.
Right.
Yeah.
Whether you choose to patronize
your local real estate and lender team.
Absolutely. The dynamic hero duo. Hero Duo.
I like it.
I like that too.
It.
I see a new shirt coming up. All right. So West Gas Station, Seckman Rd.
Oh, you're calling them out by name and everything.
Oh, why not? Why not? We've come this far. So I am. I'm not going to say I'm definitely not for. I'm not going to say I'm against, because at the end of the day, if it's 10 o'clock at night and I got to make breakfast in the morning and I need to go get some quick bacon and eggs and I don't have any, yeah, I'm probably going to walk in there and get some. And they're little.
It's the closest.
Yeah. But overall, I'm a what is it? What is it? Gary V says, go or no go, Ian, whatever it is. I'm a no go.
Me too.
So let's talk. I guess we're a real estate show, but we guise ourselves as being lifestyle and culture. But I guess
we just can't stay on topic very long, so we have to talk about other things.
Right, we have to talk about other things, and occasionally we talk about real estate. So let's talk about what's really interesting and hot right now, and that is the beginning of the spring market. I feel like it's hitting about 30 days early this year. I'm super stoked about that. And
yes.
This will I'll use a specific example to sort of set the temperature. So Saturday, I was with a client at a house in Fenton that was priced at $215.
Okay. It's a pretty hot number.
That's oh my gosh. Anything under
the road hot number, like
anything under 300 smoking hot.
Yeah.
10:30 a.m. in the morning.
You're one of 40 cars there.
50
cars there. I don't doubt it. And you were one of probably 50 offers made on it too. If you guys chose to make an offer.
We did not make an offer. I haven't followed up with, and it's an agent that we both know pretty well. She's well known.
Yeah.
I haven't followed up with her, but I told my client, I said, there will be 20 offers on this house before close of business today. Mm-hmm. And they were accepting offers up until noon on Monday.
Yeah.
Yesterday. So I didn't follow up with it, but 20 offers all day long, 50, very possible.
How far over purchase price do you think
I told her
the winner went?
I think it had to be 260.
And the purchase price, and it was list price of 215.
215, and I think
felt like 260 was going to get the deal. So unless you're not able or willing to go in that high.
Yeah. I think that there will
competing right now.
Now look, I'm talking about one house.
Right.
Because it's a real working example, but we're talking about this scenario like it's happening to us every day of the week, because it is.
Yeah, it is.
Like we were talking a week ago and you were telling me, because I'm not the only realtor you work with quite a few, and you had how many contracts written in a weekend?
Oh,
and none were accepted.
Yeah, it's every weekend. Every weekend, I
like 6 or more.
Yeah.
And like two of those.
A couple, like this last weekend, I had 3 accepted.
Yeah.
But not one of them was less than probably $30,000 over. So like we got to be strategic with how we're structuring the loan.
Yeah.
Right. Like we've got to think about appraisal differences and those kind of things and how they're going to be addressed beforehand.
So I'm going to give away a secret. This is one of my magic sauce secrets, and I'm going to share it with the world today.
Shank's magic sauce.
Magic sauce coming up.
Okay.
So the number one problem that people who own a home have that they complain about is, I want to sell my home. I need a bigger home. I want to do it while prices are great. I want to do it while interest rates are still low. I want to. But I can't find a house to buy. So here's the solution.
Yeah.
So if you're a realtor, I'm about to change your universe and I'm giving this away for free. I do what's called a reverse contingency. You've heard me talk about this.
Yeah.
It has been extremely successful for me in the last 2 years and even longer, but especially the last couple of years. Here's what it is. So if you have a house to sell and you can't find a house, that's okay. If your realtor says, hey, you need to put your house on the market because because the market's hot right now and interest rates are getting shifty, which we're going to talk about, now's the time. Don't wait. What you do is you make a clause in the listing agreement, as well as in how you're marketing to other agents and other buyers, that the reverse contingency simply says this: I will, Mrs. Buyer, I will allow you to contract to purchase my home, but we will not close on that purchase until I find a home to close on as well.
Yep.
And I have had a couple end, so they didn't go through, but all of the others that I've had in the last couple of years have gone through. In fact, I had one last year. We contracted the house, the seller's house, the last week of February.
Yeah.
Contracted with a reverse contingency, did not close until the third week of June.
Yeah. I have one right now that they did that, and they're closing a couple months later. But the buyer hung in there. He did.
The buyer will hang in.
Yeah. He this was the house he wanted. He was willing to wait it out. He wasn't pressed to have to be out of his place. Right. So he was flexible. And so everybody kind of got their way on it in a really challenging market. It's a very creative way to look at things.
It's a win-win.
It is.
And
it leaves your buyers not in the vulnerable position of maybe being homeless.
I left out, there's so many strategic advantages to this. Let me finish.
Yeah.
So number one is you get your house under contract. And when you do that, it opens up some other doors. Here they are. Number two, you now have a really solid net proceeds number to work with on your purchase.
Yes, you know what the numbers are.
Right, because if you put your house on the market for 300 and you think it's going to sell for 360 and you're banking on that 60,000, think again, because it may not. But if you have your house under contract, bullet point number two is you now have an actual equity number to work with. Number three, you can now write a contract on a house that you want to buy in a super competitive market. And by not just competitive on price, I'm talking the house hits the market at noon and it's under contract at 2 p.m. So you now have the ability, bullet point number three, to write an offer on a house, not contingent on your house selling, only closing. Plus, when you're in a market where you're writing contracts on houses and your house isn't even on the market.
Yeah.
And there's 20 other offers. Yeah. Like why?
Yeah.
Like, I don't even care how sexy your house is or how sexy the zip code is. I have 19 other offers here that aren't contingent on a home sale. And they're all $20,000, $30,000 over list price. So basically it just dramatically improves your competitive position. And then number four.
Ooh, now there's four. Okay.
Last one.
Yes.
And the reason why I bring up number four now, as opposed to maybe 2 months ago, is interest rates are, roller coastering a little bit. So now you get into you find your new house, you contract it, and you get your interest rate locked before they get crazy.
But we also have to know pretty firm when we're closing.
For sure.
Okay. All right.
But see, at that point,
rate and then you haven't found the house you like, and now we're 3 months later. And,
right. No, this assumes there's a house
Okay.
contract.
All right.
So So on that note, bullet point number four, let's talk about interest rates. We kind of brushed on it last week. I think people need to be brought up to speed because it's there's some volatility.
Here's the deal though. We're really, and I think we talked about this last week too. We're kind of at the point where we were before COVID started. Right. So
which is a great place.
Right.
Nothing wrong with that.
Crazy dips. And we all knew it was crazy. Okay, so here's the comparison, right?
Okay.
Like I bought my house a year and a half ago at 2.75% fixed 30-year rate. I would have never thought it was nuts, right? And I'm just like, yes, score. It was an amazing interest rate, right?
Yeah.
Well, with that in comparison, now people are like, 4%,
oh my gosh.
Gosh, why is my rate so high? And here's the deal, right? Like last year, a couple years ago, we'd be like 4%. Yes, sweet, we're doing good. It's just like winter, right? Everybody's like, oh my God, it's gonna snow again. And it's gonna drop the temperatures in the next few days. But let's be honest, it's February. The snow and the ice and the cold weather, that's really what we should be getting. The last few days of 60 degrees, those were the nice little bonuses, right?
True.
Those were the amazing bonus days that's really the exception.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we shouldn't be like, oh my God, it's going to snow again. In all honesty, it's February. It should be cold and snowy. We're in St.
True.
Louis. So the same kind of thing with the interest rates. At 4.25%, those are really great rates.
Yeah.
They just kind of suck because we were used to 60 degrees yesterday, right? But in a
people have to get over the shock.
They do. And in the larger spectrum of things, payments are still super awesome, amazing, affordable. Still, you know, like we're not at like historic lows, but I mean, you know, anything in the fours, we were always just like, these are great rates. And they are. They are super great rates. So,
a 4% interest rate, especially, you know, and not to play favorites, but like if you're a first-time home buyer, right, and you're buying 150,000, let's say, or maybe 80,000, I don't know, whatever your first-time home buyer rate is, budget. Like they don't have the perspective. Like my first home interest rate,
like, my first interest rate was 13%
or more. And
my first home I built was like 8 or 9%.
Mine was 8.5.
I still built a house, right?
Yep.
Yeah. So I mean, when you know, truly 4s and 5s are still great rates.
Yeah.
You know, we're certainly not double digits by any means, but we're not even, you know, we're not even in the 5s. So it's still very, very affordable. Again, it's just that
still a great time.
Yeah. We're still living on the 60-degree days we had the last few days, but now reality sets back in and markets are flowing and doing their thing. And
on a positive note,
yes, we're positive people. Yeah.
I am seeing, and I'm actually hearing my clients say to me, we're so happy to see more homes starting to hit the market.
We have had such a limited inventory issue
it's getting
for
better.
So long. Yes, that is good. And maybe I'm jumping the gun on this one. Like, I don't know. I'm gonna throw something out there. As the rates continue to go up and it costs, the actual difference in your house payment is really impacted by the rate.
Yeah.
Maybe we're not going to have so many people bidding $40,000 and $50,000 over.
It's going to normalize.
Right, right. It's going to kind of bring some of this back into. It's true.
So here's the thing that's funny. Every time we have this conversation, I'm reminded that through some quirk in the universe that our paths crossed 16 whatever years ago.
Yeah.
And we both have a degree in econ.
Right. We're economic majors.
So we love supply and demand and how things are going to balance. And yeah, I love that.
I mean, in all honesty, like even as a lender, I'm like, if you go $30,000 over like the bid, right? Like it's only going to cost you like $130 more a month.
Yeah.
People are like, I could do that. But when it's $200 a month, maybe people aren't going to be as like, you know, ready to throw $30,000, $40,000, $50,000 over each time. They're going to think about a little bit more because it does impact the pocketbook. So I kind of feel like it's coming to kind of like settle some of that down a little bit.
So speaking of fair weather.
Yes.
On the, well, we're going to get another Ice-mageddon apparently the next 48 hours.
Woohoo.
It starts tomorrow, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, tomorrow and Thursday.
Okay, I don't know if it's the most current. I read Wednesday like an inch and then Thursday another like up to 3 inches, but Thursday's ice and snow or Wednesday's
I swear.
Snow. I know.
I just want to go to bed and like just wake me up on April Fool's Day. I just want to skip March. Just skip it. Go right to spring. That would be great.
I'm cool with it.
What did you do this past weekend?
What was this?
I took the motorcycle out. It was great.
Well, yeah, it was beautiful weather a few of the days. So like any day is beautiful weather. I act like it's never going to be nice again because it's February, right? So I'm like, oh my God, I have to hit the trail, right? So every day I was like running. And like I did like 2 or 3 days in a row of like 7-mile runs, which was kind of silly. But I was like, it'll never be sunny and 60 again. Like, so I did it again and again. And then now I'm like, kind of sore. Like I probably shouldn't do back-to-back all 7s. Like,
do you stop?
5s.
Do you ever stop on that 7 miles?
Why would I stop?
I don't know. Like I have run
says the non-runner
8 miles one time in my life, like nonstop.
Yeah.
And when I was done, I'm like, I vow to myself that will never happen again in my life.
You're so silly. Well,
I'm just not a runner.
I train people for half marathons.
Oh, I know.
So
I know.
And I would actually train myself to like run all the way through a half marathon. So by the grace of God, hopefully I didn't have to like stop and go to the bathroom. But I wouldn't have to like stop for drinks or bathroom for a half. I could do a half just straight through.
Yeah.
But like even today, like I went to my workout class and I walked out and like originally the weather app said it was going to be all rainy today. I walked out and I'm like, it's 60. It's not raining. I'm like checking and I'm like, it is going to drop. by like 15 degrees within 2 hours.
It's already happened.
Yeah, it's already happened now. But at the time, like I literally just drove straight to the trail and I'm like, I can get 4 miles in before it starts raining. And I did. I just ran a little run. But it's like the kid in the candy store. Can I get one more piece? Right? I'm just like, man, it's gonna drop. I know it's dropping. I gotta get just a couple more miles in. Oh, and by the way, Merrimack Trail, for those runners that are out there, it is completely runnable right now. But on the backside, the parking lot that's farthest away from the highway, not the one that's right there at Merrimack Bottoms, almost flooded. So if we do get any more rain or precipitation, that's probably closing off pretty quick. Yeah. Because it's like half the trail is covered with water. But it was still runnable this morning.
So speaking of trails, I discovered a Jeep trail.
Uh-oh. What'd you do this weekend? Is that what you did?
No, this weekend I took the bike out.
Yeah.
On Sunday.
So you
and it was
got the new
super
Jeep.
nice.
Are you going to be off-roading it?
I already have quite a bit.
Where's the new Jeep trail? You tearing up somebody's backyard?
I can't tell. Secret.
Oh, please. We'll see it.
I'll give a hint.
On your story.
I'll give a hint.
Yeah.
Paul Harvey owns the land.
I have no idea. You
know who Paul Harvey is, right?
I know who Paul Harvey is.
Or his family, I would assume.
I'm just going to wait and watch your Facebook and your story because you post everything.
Well, I should take you.
Okay.
It's actually pretty awesome.
Yeah.
And it's all along.
Super bumpy.
Oh, well,
that's not my deal.
Yeah, well, this is like Jeep trail riding. It's bumpy.
No.
Yeah, and side to side and like when you're going up like this and you can't see over the hood and you just have to hit the gas and hope for the best.
Nope. No thanks. Isn't that funny how different people are?
I know.
That's not my deal.
Oh, I love like when I can feel my heart just like pushing against my chest cavity.
I don't want to have to hold on to something like in the I'm sit. I want like that's not for me, man. I don't like to be all bounced around and stuff. Nuh-uh.
Fine, you're uninvited then, damn it.
Right?
All right. Interest rates, snow, sun, gas station shenanigans. I think we've covered it all today, haven't we?
Cool. Stay safe, stay warm. Warm days will come again. Just wait a week.
Call us if you want to buy a house.
Oh my goodness.
Or other real estate. Real estate too.
Yeah. We'll help you be strategic in this market.
Very strategic.
It's all about being creative.
This is a market where, nothing against newer agents or agents that aren't top producers. There's just like there's a grocery store or a department store for everybody at every level and every walk of life and budget. The same is true for a realtor and a lender. So, but if you are in a position to where you feel fear, you feel doubt, maybe even some resentment about how the market is because you just want to move or you need to move or, you need help deciding,
it's challenging,
between the two of us and the other people that work with us, it's, decades of experience. We're both top producers as well. We don't really tout that. You won't walk into our office and see our awards gleaming everywhere. We're not like that. We're more humble and down to earth. And
we started by talking about having superhero duo shirts made.
Yeah, but that was satire.
I know.
It wasn't going to say L for lender. I don't know. Maybe it was.
Maybe it will.
But if you need the best experienced people in the business right here in your hometown, that experience is, it's not only affordable, it's priceless.
Yes.
So think of us and give us a call. Peace out.
We're here to help you.
Enjoy Ice Mageddon round 2.
2.0.
2.0.